listening to Cho, I felt as acutely conscious of my shortcomings as I have been whenever I have travelled with Vajpayee ji. The first time I travelled with Vajpayee was when I was in Rajasthan, and he came. I was at that time a member of the party's executive. I have had the good fortune of participating in all the Lok Sabha elections from 1952 till 2009. Participating means either as a campaigner or as a candidate, not always as a candidate, because I came to Parliament only in 1970, much later. From 70 till today I have been there, except for 2 years in between when I did not contest. But when I was in Rajasthan and Vajpayee came to tour Rajasthan, I was asked to accompany him. And during those 5 or 6 days that he was in Rajasthan and I accompanied him, I developed a complex that if this is the kind of political leader people expect, I just cannot be that. He is so brilliant an orator that he can keep thousands of people spellbound by his oratory, by his command on language, by his fluency. And so this complex in me gradually became so strong that when much later in 1973, after Vajpayee had been president of the party for 4 years, he said, "Now Advani, you have to be president." I said, "I can't be president." He said, "Why?" I said, "I can't speak. I can't speak in public." He said, "You speak in Parliament so well." I said, "Parliament is a different matter. Parliament is a different matter. But the speaking in huge gatherings, mass gatherings, and the kind of wit and humor you have, I don't have. I am too prosaic a person. And therefore it is that I say that the wit and humor of Joe. In fact, when Guru Murthy was interpreting him, translating what he was saying, I felt that this audience would like him to continue in Tamil rather than listen to a foreign language like mine. But anyway, these are things which one has to bear sometime, and so I am really happy today. I am happy that he can pick upon Karunadhi and give a long word. Every sentence of his seemed to evoke peals of laughter from the audience. Now I can tell you, nowadays wit and humor even in Parliament has disappeared gradually. Ira is here. He's been in those days. I have been there when I used to hear Pilu Modi or Madhu Dandavate and all of them. And I remember so many incidents of that time, including those incidents which were of the emergency. Would you believe it? Dandavate was with me in the Bangalore Central Jail. Shyamnandar Mishra was also with me. And the first few days we filed a habeas corpus writ petition in the High Court of Karnataka. And the Chief Justice was furious. He said, "What is this? These people had come here for a parliamentary committee meeting and the Commissioner of Police has arrested them under MISA. The Commissioner of Police may not be knowing even their name properly. And what they have been doing or not doing, how can he be knowing? And what kind of offence have they committed that he should arrest them and put them in the Bangalore Central Jail here? And his comments in those first 2 or 3 days itself made it clear to the government of India that he is going to release them. So immediately there was some hectic thinking in New Delhi, and one day, one fine morning, the superintendent of jail very happily, smilingly came rushing to us, woke us up at about 6:30 in the morning and said that your release orders have come, you have to go. I could not understand. And while one of our colleagues, Shyamnandan Mishra, he said, मैं तो पहले ही कहा था, ये पार्लियामेंट का सेशन होने वाला होगा, उसके बाद तब छोड़ देगी. मैंने कहा, I don't believe that it is that simple. I don't think so. And anyway, we said, let's go. He says, you are released. So we went out. And the moment we came out of the Bangalore Central Jail prisons, found another jeep standing there, and police came and said, you are under arrest. Come along with us. And they took us to some police station, and from that police station to the airport, and in a plane, IAF plane, all 3 of us were packed off to Haryana to be lodged in the Rohtak jail. And we reached there at about 1:30 at night. It was raining heavily outside, and inside we were all wet with our wet clothes, and inside when we went, the superintendent of jails had gone away, but the deputy superintendent was there. And that deputy superintendent, he took all our baggage, opened it, threw out all the clothes, started looking at the papers, at the books, everything, whatever we had. And his eyes suddenly spotted that Shyamnandan Mishra, one of us, he was always an MP, his chappal was slightly open at the front. So he took that chappal and opened it still more. Madhu Dandavate, with his sense of humor and wit, he said, it's true that the Prime Minister has said only yesterday that we must search our souls, but that's soul, S-O-U-L, soul. That is not S-O-L-E. So that kind of wit and humor is no longer there. It's only persons like Cho, if they come to Parliament. They would bring in that. Anyway, it's really been a delight being here. And I found, as I said, that we see in the Chief Minister, present Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, a natural ally in all that we think. And I was scanning through her speech at the National Development Council meeting some days back, in which the Chief Minister said, she commented upon the central government's attitude. The central government was seeking to reduce states into the status of, in quotes, glorified municipal corporations. And then she went on to say that what is expected in a federal government like ours, a federal state like ours. At least the central government must regard the state governments as partners in the governance of the country. But I am not sure, she said, I am quoting Jayalalitha ji again, I am not sure that the government of India recognizes the states as partners, leave alone equal partners, and respects their viewpoints. These meetings at best of the National Democratic Council, Development Council, are ritualistic and are exercises in futility. And she went on to accuse the UPA government of appearing to be, again I quote Jayalalithaji's words, hell-bent on penalizing non-Congress governments. These are her remarks. I do not have the remarks that Modi ji made there. But I know that my party took cognizance of this fact at its Lucknow meeting of the executives some time back, in which Modi ji himself moved the resolution of the party on how the central government, the UPA government, is undermining this basic character of the Indian constitution, namely federalism. And it was a powerful indictment of the government of India as to how they are doing it. You would be surprised to know that a very successful conclave took place in Gujarat some time back, in which many countries of the world participated. And the huge amount of investment they promised to the Gujarat government. What is significant is that the central government asked all the state industries controlled by the central government not to participate in that Gujarat function. And not one single state government participated. Not one single union government industry participated. How can you have an attitude of this kind? I am sure that when you hear Modi himself telling you all that has been happening, it would be an eye-opener for everyone.